Hello and welcome back to the microcomputer application series. Today we're going to go over Microsoft Access 3A simulation training. Before we get started, just as a reminder, all the information in this simulation and the spreadsheets and database include fake information just for simulation purposes only. There's no reference to any real person or persons in this simulation. Alright, so with that said, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, and if you can, go ahead and smash that like button and leave us a comment. And if you're unable to do any of that, that means you are not logged in. Go ahead and log in, and if you are unable to log in, you don't have an account, take less than 1 minute to set yourself up a free YouTube account. That way you can interact, navigate better through YouTube, and make it easy to find your favorite videos, leave comments, likes, and as such. Right? So, just like all the other Microsoft applications, when you're doing Access again on this one, make sure you check your spelling and punctuation. If there's any glitches or anything like that in the software that may cause a problem, I'll bring those up along the way. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive in and get started. Number one is opening an existing database and viewing a table relationship. So on the message bar, click Enable Content. So here's the message bar, and there's your Enable Content. That's clicked. Now opening an existing database and viewing a table relationship, the next step is going to be on the ribbon, click the Database Tools tab, and in the Relationship group, click Relationships. So let's go to the Database Tools tab. It's here. Select that, and here's your Relationship group, and click Relationships, and it'll display that. Under Relationships, under Relationship Tools, on the Design tab, in the Relationships group, click All Relationships. So here's the Relationships group, here's All Relationships, and then there we go. So in the Relationship window, click the join line between the two fields. Alright, so let's click that and highlight this line. So when you see it's thick like that, that means it's selected. So next, in the Tools group, click Edit Relationships to view the one-to-many relationships, or one. Let's go ahead and click that first in the Tools group. So to edit relationship, and then the dialog box comes up. Let's scroll down for more directions. So alright. So to view one-to-many relationships where one major is associated with many students, close the Edit Relationship dialog box and then close Relationship window in the message box and click Yes. Alright, so first let's close this. So we're not going to do anything but look at this like they said. So let's close it, and then let's close our Relationship window, and in the dialog box let's click Yes. Alright, that's it for the first task. On to number two, which is creating a form and viewing records. In the navigation pane, with your 3A new student table selected, this is our 3A new student table, it's already selected because it's pink. Click the Create tab and then Forms group and click Forms. Here's the Create tab, and here's your Forms group, and let's kick on Form. In the navigation area, click Next Record 4 times to display the fifth record, student ID 1298345. So here we go. This is the next record arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it should say 5 of 49. Alright, in the navigation area, select the text in the current record box and type 24. So here's the record box here. Current record, so let's just highlight that and type in 24, then press enter, and you just search it. It's going to take you to that record. Alright, in the navigation area, click last record to display the last record in the form. So here is the last record button. Let's select that, and it displays the last record, and now save the form as 3A new student form. So let's go to our quick access bar and click the disk, and it says 3A new student form. Now on these, for some reason, didn't have any problem using the text that was already in there. So let's see if that works. If it doesn't, then we'll just delete it and retype it all. All right. Also remember, none of this information is real information. This is just for simulation purposes only. Does not really relate to any person or persons. All right. So here goes the OK button, and that's it for task 2. On to number 3. Next, we're going to be creating a second form in the navigation pane with the 3A major table selected. As you see, it is already selected because it's pink. On the ribbon, click the Create tab, and then in the Forms group, click Form to display the form including the related records and the 3A major table. So let's go to our Create tab, which is here. Here's our Form group. And once again, here's the Form button. And it's selected. So close the form in the message box. Click Yes. So I just want us to show you this. So now we're going to close it. Right here is this closed form. Do not click any other of the X's. Make sure you got this one. And then a dialog box. Let's click Yes. And we're going to name the form 3A Major Form. So like I said, for some reason on this exercise, it hasn't glitched on me yet. 3A Major Form. So click OK. And that's it for number 3. So next, on number 4, we're going to be adding records to a table by using a form. So in the navigation pane, double click your 3A New Student form to open it. So here's our 3A New Student form. Make sure it's not the 3A New Student table. So there you go, double click it, and it's open. Create a new record in the navigation area. Click the new blank record to display a new blank form. So here's the new blank record here. New blank record, so it'll take us to a blank record. In the new student ID field, type 97123455. And if you click tab, it'll take you down to the first name field where you can type in Gene. Then tab again for last name, Woodward. And then press enter. It'll autofill the rest of the simulated information. All right, so close the 3A new student form. So right here, close that form. Double click your 3A new student table to open it. So let's go to the table, 3A new student table. Double click that, and it shows that the information. Let's find it in the navigation area. Click the last record to verify that the record you entered in the form is stored in the underlying table. So let's see if that new record's on there. Here is how to get to the last record. Let's click this arrow with a line, and there's Gene Woodward's information. So close the 3A new student table, and we're all, oh no we're not, we're still working on the last task of 4. So in the navigation pane, double click your 3A major form to open it. 3A major form right here, double click. Sorry, 3A major form is up here. Make sure you click the right one. All right. At the bottom of the screen, in the navigation area for the form, not the navigation area for the sub data sheet, click New Blank Record in the major ID field. So before we go on, so they're not talking about this one. They want us to talk about go to this one because we're not creating a new form in this area. We're creating it on the table altogether. So let's click on that New Blank Record button. Let's type in 339.555.22. Use your tab key again, and then the name, you can type in network security. And then press the tab, and that's it for number 4. On to number 5, where we will be deleting records from a table by using a form. So in the 3A major form object with the major ID field selected on the Home tab, so let's go, here's the major ID 105, it is selected. So let's go to the Home tab, which we are already on. Go to the Find group, which is here. Click the Find button. And in the look-in box, here's the Find What. Okay, in the look-in box, notice that the current field displays in the Find What box. Type was 105, so type 800.3 800.03, and then click Find Next. All right. In the Find and Replacement dialog box, click Cancel. So here's the Find and Replacement dialog box. So let's click Cancel to close that. On the Home tab in the Records group, click the Delete arrow. So here's the Records group. Make sure you click the arrow, not the word, because it will. Because we just want to delete the record. All right. So delete record to delete the record that has major ID 800.03. So delete record here. And then on the home, we're gonna hit, doesn't say click yes, but we'll hit yes. Move forward, and that's it for number 5. Now on to number 6, where we'll be filtering data by selecting or by selection of one field. So in the 3A new student form in the first record, with the major ID field selected on the Home tab. So here's our major ID 105, it is selected. Let's go to the Home tab, which we're already on. In the Find group, click Find to display the Find and Replace dialog box. Here we are again, the Find and Replace dialog box. In the Find What, type in 339. And then click Find Next. Close the Find Next and Replace dialog box. Smash this X here. All right, in the 3A new group student form, here's the 3A new student form. On the Home tab, which we're already on, in the Sort and Filter group, click Selection. So Selection, and then equals, doesn't say the arrow, but I guess if you click Selection, it should pull up this option as well. All right, click equals 339. So the only students with a major of ID of 339 display on the Home tab in the Sort and Filter group. Click Toggle Filter to remove the filter and display all the records. So here's a toggle filter. So they'll turn it on and off, of course. All right, in the 3A new student form, where we are now, in the last name field of the first record, select the B and Bass. On the Home tab in the Sort and Filter group, click Selection. Wait this time, so yep, it will bring it up. And then click Begins with B to display the records where the last name begins with the letter B display. In the Sort and, okay, let's go with that one, begins with B. And in the Sort and Filter group, click Advance and then click Clear All Filters. Go, Clear All Filters. And that's it for number 6. Number 7, we're going to be using Filter by Form. So in the 3A new student form on the Home tab, which we're already on, in the Sort and Filter group, click Advance. And then click Filter by Form, which is here. In the form, click the city field name to position the insert point in the city field box. There we go. At the right of the edge of the city, click the arrow and then click Dripping Springs. There's Dripping Springs. In the Sort and Filter group, click Toggle Filter. Here's the Sort and Filter group again. Here's Toggle Filter. Click that. And on the Home tab, in the Sort and Filter group, click Advance. And then click Filter by Form. With the Dripping Springs displayed in the form, in the lower left corner of the form, click the OR tab. So lower left corner, here's the OR tab. Let's click that. So we have another city we can add. So click the city field box. It's already clicked, and then click Austin. In the Sort and Filter group, click Toggle Filter. In the Sort and Filter group, click Advance, and we're going to go ahead and clear all those filters again. And that's it for number 7. Let's move on to number 8, where we'll be using Advanced Filter Sort. In the Sort and Filter group, click Advance, and then click Advanced Filter Sort. In the 3A New Students field list, double click City and then double click Major City and Major ID. Let's go ahead and put that down a little bit. So Major ID. In the criteria row under City, type Austin. And in the criteria Major ID, type 339. And then press Enter. In a sort and filter group, click Toggle Filter to display filtered records. So let's turn that toggle on. And on the Home tab in the Sort Filter group, click Toggle Filter to remove the filter. And then close the 3A New Student form. Here's the 3A New Student form. Here's your X to close it. Make sure you click on this one. And before we do, remember all this information is made up. It is just for this simulation. It's not to represent any person or persons. So there we go. We got that closed, and we finished with number 8. Now on to number 9, where we will be creating a form by using the Form Wizard. So on the ribbon, click the Create tab, and then in the Forms group, click Form Wizard. So here's the Create tab, here's the Forms group, and here's the Form Wizard. Click that. In the Tables Query box, click the arrow to display a list of available tables and queries from which you can create the form. Click the table 3A New Students. So here's a table query. Click this table, or there's only 2. So let's click on Table 3A New Students. Alright, in the available fields list, double click the following field names in order given to move them to select the fields list. You got your first name, last name, and major ID. Make sure you do them in order. So double click first, double click last, and double click major ID. Click next to be sure column R, after we click next, let's make sure that column R is selected, and it is, as the layout. And then click next. And then what title do you want your form for your form? Box type 3A student major change form. So let's type that in. And then click finish. With the 3A student major change form displayed on the Home tab in the View group, click the top portion of the View button to switch to layout. So the top portion of the View button, you just click here, and there you have it. All right, next, click the first name and label control, or the first name label control, which is here. Just click that and you'll select it. Hold down the Shift key and click the last name label control, the major ID control, and the 3 text boxes. So you're gonna hold down the Shift key and select all these boxes while you got the Shift key held down, and you just select them. On the ribbon under Form Layout Tools, here's the Form Layout Tools, and here's the Arrange tab. So select Arrange. In the Tables group, click Stacked. So here is the Tables group, and here's Stacked. So let's select that, and it'll line those up for us. All right, that's it for number 10. Let's go to number 11, where we will be applying a theme and formatting a form in Layout View. So under Form Layout Tools, click the Design tab. In the Themes group, click Themes. So here's the Design tab. Here's the Themes group, and here's Themes. So let's select that. And using the screen tips, point to the Retrospect theme. So let's find a Retrospect. I think it's this one. Yep. And you see it's showing, so you want to right click on it. Don't left click on it, right click on it. And then click Apply Theme to Object Only. All right. And there we have it. In the layout view, click anywhere in the title of the form to select it. So here's the title, and there it's selected. Click the Format tab in the front, or click the Format tab first. Slash. Over here in the font group, here's the font group. Click the font size arrow and change it to 14. In the font group, click bold. Here's the font group again. Here's bold. Select that. And click the font color arrow, and then under theme colors in the fourth column, click the last color. So here's the theme colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last color is here. Let's select that, and there you have it. Number 11 is complete. Let's move to number 12, where we will be adding, resizing, and moving controls in Layout View. So on the Design tab, in the Tools group, click Existing Fields. So here's the Design tab, here's the Tools group, and here's Add Existing Fields. Select that. And in the Field List pane, here is the Field List pane. Click Student ID and then drag the field name to the left until the pointer displays above the first name. So Student ID, let's drag it on over. So let's see if it's gonna look like it's there. Oh, there we go. If it doesn't work, just kind of place it. It doesn't give you any different arrow or anything, so that's what kind of makes it difficult, but just let it go. If it doesn't work, try it. Just make sure that it's either on or above first name when you let it go. All right. So we dragged it over there. So it's displayed with the first name. So release the mouse button in the field list pane. Click close. Let's close the field list pane, which is here. Click the student ID text box control. So just select that. On the Design tab in the Tools group, click Property Sheet. And on the Format tab, click Width. Here's width. And then type 1.5 and press Enter. Then close the Property Sheet. So click the last name text box control. Last name text box control, which displays BAS. Under Form Layout Tools, click the Arrange tab. Here's the Form Layout Tools. Here's the Arrange tab. And then in the Rows and Columns group, click Select a Row. Select a row. And then it selected the whole row, as you see. In the Move group, click Move Up to move the row, both controls above the first name. So here's the Move group. Here's Move Up. Let's select Move Up, and it'll move the whole row up. So the last name is displayed after first name, or before first name. All right, number 13 is complete, or number 12 is complete. Number 13 deals with formatting controls in Layout View. So with the 3A student major change form displayed in Layout View, click the Student ID text box. So make sure you got the Student ID text box. It's already selected. I clicked it again just to be safe. On the Arrange tab in the Rows and Columns group. Here's the Arrange tab. Here's the Rows and Columns group. Click Select Column. And it selected the whole column for us. Let's see, where am I at? With all four text box controls selected, on the Format tab in the Font group, click Background Color arrow. Let's go to the Format tab. In the Font group, background, here's the background colors. Click this arrow. Under Theme Colors in the last column, click the second color. So here's the theme colors, the last column. Here's the second color right here. The green, accent 6 slider, 80%. So let's click that. And there we have our boxes with a nice shade of green. All right, in the form, click the Layout selector to select all the grouped controls. So here's the Layout selector. It's not going to tell us, I don't believe. Let's click that, and it selected all of them. On the Format tab in the Font group, click the Font Size arrow. We're already on the Format tab, and here's the Font group. Here's the Font Size arrow. Let's click that, and we want to change it to 12. All right, click the Design tab. Let's do that. Here's the design tab. Select that. In the tools group, click property sheet. Tools group is here. Here's your property sheet. In the property sheet, click height to select the existing value. Let's scroll down so we don't have to do this again. Click height to select the existing value and type 0.25. Let's go height. 0.25. And then press enter. In the form, click the student ID label control in the property sheet. Click width. So let's click student ID label control right here. So we're only going to do this one instead of the whole form, and we're going to make this one 1.5 width. So let's do that. Width 1.5, and then press enter. All right. So that's it for number 13. On to number 14, the final task, which is going to be modifying a form in design view. All right. With the 3A student major change form displayed, and here's the form name here, 3A student major change form. On the status bar, click the design view. It's already clicked, or actually, sorry, design view. So here's the design view. There we go. At the bottom of the form, click the form footer selection bar to select it. So there's the footer bar. So with the 3A student major form displayed, on the status bar, click design view. At the bottom, click the form footer selection bar to select it. In the property sheet on the form bar, click height, type 0.5 and press enter. Let's go height, 0.5, enter. On the design tab in the controls group, click label. So we're on the design tab. Here's the controls group. Here is label. Yep, there's label. Move the pointer into the form footer section. Click on the left side to insert the control. So here it is. You'll see that. You see that. There we go. With the insertion point positioned in the label control, type Texas Lakes Community College. All right. Make sure that's spelled right and it's in the right area, and then press enter. With the label control in the form footer section selected, in the property sheet, click top, type 0.1. On these decimals, I'll just put 0.1. I don't put the 0. Don't really have to. I hit enter, and in the property sheet in the left setting, type 0.5. Type left. So I can do 0.5 or 0.5, and then press enter. And that was it for Microsoft Access 3A simulation training. So once again, thank you for joining. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you can't subscribe, make sure you take less than a minute to create yourself a free YouTube account. All you need is an email address, and a name and password, or username and password. Also, smash the like button and leave us a comment if you've seen something that helped or didn't help or would have made this video better. Please let me know. Also, as a reminder, there's all this information, spreadsheets and database. The information within them are not real. They do not represent information on any true person or persons. Just the information is only used for simulation purposes and for training. All right, with that said, thank you for joining. Have a wonderful day.